Howdy, all you delicious people. Today we are gonna play. We are going to. I'm going to react to footage I had already shot. Um, if anything, if you know what this logo is, you will know what I am playing or get the gist of it. If anything, this here honestly is a game that I really wanted to record since I started doing this whole channel. This game here is probably besides Skyrim, this was probably my favorite game of all time. I took a day off of work um, just so I could, one, get this game, and then two, um, take a whole day and play um, this game. So first, I want to bump up the volume, dance, I guess. Um, but yeah, uh, this game, Ghostbusters, has such a connection with me. Of course, I'm wearing a Ghostbuster shirt, but I've seen the films, the very first two films, over probably 100 times, and so on and so forth, with so much of knowledge that I have of Ghostbusters. So, I'm going to play the game or react to the game here of footage that I had already pre-shot. If anything, one problem with recording from an Xbox One is it's very hard to record this kind of game with that kind of platform because um, the clips are usually 10 minutes long, so there's going to be a lot of transitions, and there might be a word or two cut here and there. Um, but I really wanted to get this game out there, so I, as much as possible, just tried to, um, uh, in any way possible, get this game out because I really enjoy it. So let's enjoy this footage together. And if anything, just to let you know, this is subtitled as well. I'm not 100% sure how loud this should be. Good old Harold Ramis.
Ghostbusters. Is your haunting an apparition, poltergeist, phantasm, wraith, banshee, demon, spectre, tortured soul?
Tortured
What?
soul.
No, we do not summon dead family members then catch them so you can ask the combination to the safe. Yeah, well, same to you, pal.
Same to you, pal. To be brutally honest,
Hey, it's the new cadet. Welcome aboard.
This might be a little dangerous.
Great. Danger is our life.
We'll start at 50% capacity. That should keep any burning or tissue damage to a minimum.
Hey, if you're gonna burn any tissue, do it to the new kid. You can't use Ray. Our mortgage is in his name.
the mortgage
Yes,
is in
he's
her name.
right. What's your name again, kid? No name's Ray. I don't want to get too attached to this kid. You know,
Yeah.
just in case. You remember what happened to the last guy. He's tuned and ready to go.
You may feel a little tingle.
A little.
Good. We've perfected an extensive and rigorous training regimen that will teach you all your equipment's basic functions.
It takes some time to achieve master throw skill, but it's definitely worth the effort.
Was that us?
I don't think so.
No, it came from a museum.
Had to be some sort of psi energy pulse. Substantial, a significant collected and centralized necromantic convulsion, level 7 or more.
Agreed. We need EMF measurement checks now.
Makes sense.
I know the answer, but I'm gonna ask anyway. Is a level 7, whatever, bad or
Let me guess. It's a 7. Let's just say we're about to get real busy.
7 is bad.
And that is not the fun kind of getting busy. Is it, Rick? Look out! Slimer's escaped again! No, wait, come back.
Alright. So if anything, I do a little house tour before we get started with this whole thing so you can see the whole house. If anything, I had played this, I was gonna say, I had played this quite a few times, but it has been a very long time since the last time I had played it. Just several things had gotten bogged down to the point where, I forgot about this game. I hit the message voicemail, but I don't think you're gonna be able to get to hear that. I get to flush the toilet. That was pretty cool. But yeah, but this is just like a house tour of the house, because I really wanted to, for people who have never played the game, like, hey, here's a lot of interesting things that you can do in this game. And it doesn't have to be 100% story. You even get to slide down the... You even got to slide down the pole there, but... Yeah, I wanted to give like a house tour, and then just kind of... Then go into the story, because the firehouse is just like... A cool part of the house, or a cool part of the game where you can like... Just like... Go through and...
I am Prince Viggo von Homburg, Deutschland. Employee handbook suggests you check out all significant alerts. You will know the torments of 1,000,000 babies eaten alive in searing fire.
Vigo, shush. How do you get back into that painting? Are you guys just like, like, you won't hurt anybody if he's still in that painting. I know,
Oh, you're too busy, huh?
I'm busy. I'm okay now. Let's go.
There it is. It seems oddly drawn to the containment grid.
He's been fascinated with it ever since you added the viewer to the unit. Okay, easy now, cadet. I'll talk you through this. Use the proton stream to get his attention.
Yeah, be leery about using that stream there.
No, not the containment unit. That's some
Told
highly
you.
sensitive equipment you're disintegrating there, kid. Oops, you let one out.
That's my fault. I was fine-tuning the interspatial gasket this afternoon. I'll fix it. You two get those ghosts back.
Hey, this'll work out great since you're already strapped into a pack. It's a perfect opportunity for some training. Taking the right precautions, Slimer's harmless. More or less. Not sure about the other guy, though. Okay, let's go get him then.
If anything, I was a little leery about, like...
Oh, and don't sweat the containment unit. It's easy to get excited your first time out with the proton stream. Egon will fix it in no time.
If anything about this game, it's a little dark. I was thinking about adjusting the brightness, but then there is also some levels where it's bright.
Before things get out of hand. You want to get to know your proton pack. It can be your best friend out there in the field. Everything you need to know is displayed on the pack itself. Here's where you keep an eye on your current physical condition. The more green that's on the bar, the more damage you can sustain and still stay on your feet. This bar indicates your pack's heat level. When it gets to the top, you'll want to vent the pack and keep it from shorting out and resetting. For the most part, capturing a ghost is pretty straightforward. We break it into 3 basic steps. Sap them, cap them, and trap them. The first step is blasting a ghost to sap its energy.
But yeah, this...
Do it again!
I remember playing it...
It indicates the current accumulation of a ghost's PKE. The more you disperse, the weaker it becomes.
I remember playing this, but I remember playing it on a 360, and now I was playing it on a Xbox One. It was a different controller, so like it was different to play to me, and so I had to get back into the rhythm of trying to play this again. So if it looks like I'm not the greatest at this game. Realistically, it was just me getting back used to the controls again.
Ooh, we lost Slimer. There it is. Ugh,
Hey,
I thought
buddy.
Slimer was disgusting.
Getting a little blubberish. Yeah, but if anything, I really love the visuals in this game.
All right, you've got it good and winded. Next stage, capture. You can project a capture stream or wrangler manually using this control. On the other hand, the pack will detect when a ghost is sufficiently weakened. And pack's moving into the red, Cadet Bennett. Get in there and throw a capture stream on that tub of goo.
That Telagoo. He is a cover goo.
Fantastic, you got it. As soon as your ghost is in your capture stream, the slam meter begins to slowly charge. If you want to accelerate the slam meter charge, you can wrangle or counter-wrangle the ghost at the end of the line. Here's how you do that. Watch the ghost.
Just slamming them around.
Dash in one direction, you pull the stream quickly in the other. Give it a shot. Good work. Looks like it still has some fight left in it. If a ghost still has some serious fight in him, it's almost impossible to drag him into the trap. Got to soften him up. Kapow! That's right. Now we can move to stage 3, trapping. You're going to need some place to put that. Throw out your trap. There you go. Perfect. See the beacon signal coming from the closed trap? That helps you find it when things get crazy. When a trappable ghost moves into proximity, the trap will open automatically and project the trap cone. Just guide your mark into the trap cone and the trap will do the rest. Just like charging up the slam meter, but faster.
Yeah, Ray, I know you have so much technical jargon to tell me, but man, give it a rest, man.
And there. Oh, yes. One escapee accounted for. Oh, and always remember to retrieve your trap.
Did you get them?
We're batting 500. Slimer slipped out. Our cadet bagged his first one, though. A very nasty customer. Oh, and you've got to be very careful about crossing the streams. In a word, don't do it.
Seriously.
Stings like the dickens, too.
Yeah, it does sting like the dickens.
Hey,
I had to
how
do it
come
too many
this pump
times.
gets all the new stuff?
He's our new experimental equipment technician.
He gets a cool title, too? It means he gets to carry around a bunch of untested, extremely dangerous hardware that, if not handled correctly, could blow him somewhere into New Jersey. Oh, this knucklehead lugs around our very dangerous prototype hardware that could potentially blow us into New Jersey. Thanks. Keep the title, kid. It'll work hard for you.
Keep the title, kid. It'll work hard for you. And if anything, there are sometimes when I pause, simply because I'm checking the time on things.
Where to, Ray?
The Sedgwick Hotel. That's the first place that little spud will go.
Right. Back to its initial manifestation point.
They've got a real good buffet. It is a great one. When Winston returns from the opera, extend an invitation to join us at our table at the Sedgwick. Hey, you're up, buddy. Training will be on the job tonight. Try not to destroy too many Manhattan landmarks.
I love the fact that they add so much to something that was briefly in the movies.
That disgusting green blob is up on the 12th floor again, wreaking havoc. I demand a refund right now.
Sir, if you check the fine print on our invoice... Invoices. Right, invoices. You'll see that your warranty on rehaunting expired some time ago. You should have taken the extended service agreement.
Rehaunting.
Getting some interesting PKE spikes here. Disturbances don't seem to be exclusive to the 12th floor. I'd like the chance to look around the building a little more.
Good. Pick up what you can. That little greenie shouldn't cause us too much trouble.
One thing,
Well, hello. You're perfectly safe now, Miss. The Ghostbusters are here.
Back off, loser. Never gonna happen.
That approach rarely works with me. I'll show you why later.
oh yeah. If anything, there's gonna be some PKE stuff in here, some meter stuff, taking photos.
All right, Ace. Get ready. Dr. Stantz, if you do the honors. Proud to, Dr. Venkman. Part of our settlement with the city, proton packs must remain off and heavily populated public areas. And in close quarters. It minimizes the city's liabilities and satisfies the restraining order the maid here had put on us. The world we live in today. You shoot a proton stream of highly charged particles at someone, they get all so happy. It's him!
Reference to the first movie.
Nice. Now we got another plaintiff.
Yeah, the maid wasn't actually ready in the first movie. She wasn't actually ready for that
I'm the one
blast.
that gets a face full of slime every time the little green buddy escapes. He doesn't even know me well enough to hate me. Watch it! Contact!
Contact!
Ah, yow!
Dude, Ray, you barely got hit with anything. You're like, oh, yow! Yowza!
Alright, showtime. We wear him out, then we capture him. That's what your proton stream is for.
Old Spud now, isn't he? Yeah, there's gonna be some PKE things and some
You've got him on the run! Come on, let's go! Peter!
ghost pictures.
I've seen this one already. Know how it ends. You two have fun, though. I'll cover the elevators and escort any ladies safely to their rooms. Yeah, okay. And this signal looks just like your elusive little targeted entity.
And just let
Your meter will flash and buzz when it detects a potential signal. The pair of goggles are linked directly to your active PKE meter. This lets you see otherwise undetectable phenomena while you track it. Ghost trails, object auras, all kinds of cool events. Now, when the center bar peaks, you're headed in the right direction. When it's flat, you're following a cold trail. Line the target up with the smallest circle for the best scan. Okay, you got it. Now just take a scan. Way to go!
like here. If you guys want me to continue to do these PKE meters and find all this hidden stuff, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, probably after
Signifies a hidden ghost. Green indicates an
part 2, I'm probably not going to go.
environmental paranormal anomaly. Blue means an active sample.
I'm probably not going to go and like look for all the hidden stuff and just like focus on the story rather than all these side things after part 2. So if people feel, hey, just do the story part of it, who cares about all the hidden stuff and whatever. It was funny when I was doing this because there was a lot of stuff I remembered,
You're red hot.
but there was also things I forgot. There's
Scanning
Slimer
is sort
again.
of like taking a good snapshot. When you've got an entity in range, hold the scan button. This will analyze.
That's the little camera thing I was talking about, even though it was like a PKE picture, basically. I'm honestly not going to go through and read all of these descriptions of the ghosts. If you guys want to pause it, go ahead and do that. If you feel like, I'm gonna leave it up on the screen. I'm always gonna go to these, but it's just like there's so much side stuff, along with just playing the story. So if you guys no longer want to see these kinds of things, if you guys feel that I should just focus on the story and not do all these side things, I'm fine with that. I've played this game so many times over
He's definitely been here.
that it
Active
wouldn't
sample
affect
is
me
something you
either
can collect,
way.
Like a cursed artifact. We get paid extra for everything we scan and collect. Then we roll it back into research and development. The extra funds let us experiment with new equipment and offensive technology, which in turn you get to wear on your back to test. Remember, you can always review techniques, tutorials, and equipment in your online Ghostbusters field manual. It's all accessible from your PKE meter.
I honestly can't wait after all this like tutorial stuff is over. So much dialogue.
Ray!
Ah.
Peter, come in. You okay? Uh-oh, man down. We've got a man down. Go, go,
I
go!
don't feel good. Like I said, there's gonna be
Come on,
quite
shake
a...
a leg. You can move faster than that, can't you? Double time, cadet.
Yeah, but then when I move fast, I don't remember where he goes, so... That's what messes me up.
He's been slimed again. Hustle over here and help him up, will you?
Double
Did
dose.
this even happen? I was covering the elevators.
Boo-hoo, Peter.
Mutant Stromboli snuck up on me. God, funked the fire again.
When one of us goes down, we always help each other out. It's all about teamwork.
Well, if,
Oh no, my friend. That was back in the pre-sliming era. Right now, it's all about payback.
You
Well,
guys need to get down here immediately. Our living science experiment is tearing apart the lobby, and he's not alone.
More ghosts? But we gave this hotel a clean bill of health 5 years ago.
New people die every day.
Call the elevator, Junior.
it's like that's why Peter, like, you should have been doing your job and you should have been with the group. If anything, like Egon said, I think in Extreme Ghostbusters, that you should never bust ghosts alone. And that's what happens. You get slimed, Peter. When you don't follow the rules go against you. So that's on you, really.
All right, Slimer. You've had your fun. The elevator's off limits. Egon, come in. I think we're stuck in the elevator. We need some help.
Think we're stuck. Well, let's see. Think we're stuck. Think we're stuck. Think we're stuck. Ray, you guys good with officially stuck in the elevators? Show of hands.
Me.
Here it comes.
Kill it, Ray!
Who's it gonna be?
Need a hand?
You always fail me, Ray, don't you?
Get her.
Never mind the onion head for now. The ghost with the red cap is fighting hard to hold stasis.
Come on. He's a New York bellhop. Just pet it, will you?
While playing this, I honestly felt so rusty playing this. It's just like, man, I remember just being like, when I would play this over and over and over again. That would be like so smooth, and I came back to this,
Look at them all.
and like I felt just so rusty. And yeah, there was sometimes where there was like
Not much longer.
steps that I took ahead, forgetting about a step that I should have been taking behind.
Aim high.
That convulsive PK shockwave really stirred the nest. Man, this lobby is so wrecked.
Can we please call Winston and tell him his night off is officially ended?
Oh, come on, give the guy a break.
4 of them.
He's probably going and seeing baseball, like in the night game episode.
Scanning. Look out, on your left.
Ah, you got me.
Oh yeah? Come down here and say that.
You got me, bellhops. Like I said, doing all this side stuff could probably... Because you basically have to scan, like, every single ghost that you see, so... Like I said, if this conflicts with any of the story, and people would rather just get to the story and get to the point than all this side stuff.
Could be trouble.
Because again, I had to go in here to get an artifact that I knew was in here.
To the right.
But actually, yeah, my memory is that my memory of this game is actually pretty decent. Like I thought I was probably gonna go into this game and not remember anything at all about it, and just like go from like a fresh for like remember it as like the first time I've ever played it.
Ooh, that's smart.
But as I kept going, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this hidden object being here. Or I remember something special about this area.
Oh yeah? Come down here and say that.
Or in certain areas, I would get completely lost. So that was just kind of like, it's like, okay, I remember getting lost in this level, so I definitely need to go,
Ray, follow me. The others are floating back upstairs. Beckman, you two pull our friend Slimer into a trap as fast as you can. There's a massive bulge in these spikes indicating this isn't just some routine clearing job.
He gets so bossy when he hasn't had his nap.
nap. I love working with Peter.
Hey now, is that honey glazed ham and prime rib? There, the Alhambra ballroom. No way he could pass that up.
Absolutely not. You can't go in. The Rodriguez bar mitzvah is set to start in half an hour.
I'll bet the beef brisket is today's special.
And you've done quite enough already. I'm sure the thing will just go away. I'm willing to risk it.
I wouldn't.
You're not going in there.
That's all we needed to hear. All right, we're out. Coffee time, everyone.
Yeah.
Service has been declined beyond this point.
I love working with Peter, but then again,
Sounds like the Alhambra's off limits.
Oh, my lovely hotel.
Nobody slimes Pete Venkman twice and gets away with it.
I love working
Be
with
careful, Peter. Remember the Ellis Island incident?
I love working with Peter, but then again, I know that he is a person that out of the five of us, including Winston,
You bring your apron? We're going to take a little shortcut through the kitchen.
Peter tends to do his job very lackadaisical, meaning
Right through here. Hello, chef.
meaning there's so many times that he just goes off and does like, oh
Okay, champion. You lead for a while.
yeah, see, it's like, if anything, like Peter's never like the front runner. He's always just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna use you as a bulletproof vest or whatever. I'm gonna use you as a shield, whatever.
Don't touch the slime. It's slimy and it's extremely dangerous.
Whatever happens,
Yeah, you'd think I'd be used to that stuff by now.
yeah. Whatever happens, what happened to me first is kind of what Peter would be like. Oh yeah, it's like, it's a good thing that happened to you.
Most kitchens have self-starting pilot.
And like Peter would always go and just like, oh, I just went and got coffee, and it's just like, dude, you should have been doing the mission. Like we're getting paid to do this. And I kind of assumed I was supposed to chuck that thing and get it out of the way, but evidently I was wrong. I actually have to do that later on in another part. There we are. And again, I was moving a little bit ahead of myself. Yeah, we'll find out later what we're gonna do with that.
Okay, I dare you. Everything but the kitchen sink.
Fish flying at us. Yeah, this ghost character is a pirate ghost, and it's no, not a pirate ghost, a fisherman ghost. There we go. I don't know where I got pirate from, but
This is why I eat out of a can. All right, check this out. To trap them, you've got to grab them, and to grab them, you use the other half of the proton one, the capture stream.
very technical, Peter. Very technical. But then again, I guess that's why Ray gave me the the first original like training. Because I think
That's all there is to it. You just throw this junk anywhere. We don't stick around and clean up.
Peter is usually a guy that wants somebody to already know their job, rather than having to or like he could easily say it's like, well, dude, I didn't like get any like real training. It's like all of this was just kind of like
I thought that guy said Rodriguez bar mitzvah.
bar mitzvah.
Would it kill him to mix in a green salad once in a while? I'm gonna take back blast him until he's dazed, and then throw your capture.
For Slimer, he would probably eat anything under the sun. I've seen him. Well, he doesn't like broccoli. I know that from Extreme Ghostbusters. Because the thing he fears most is broccoli. So if any of the Ghostbusters ever knew that, they could easily use that against him. Because he doesn't like. I think it's like steamed or baked broccoli or whatever.
Good. That's it, buddy. You've got your breathing.
Which doesn't make sense because you would think like Slimer would be like a goat and he would eat anything. But evidently, yeah, he fears cooked broccoli, I guess. Funny little hidden gems that you'll find out
Yeah. Now try to hold him still. You gotta wear him down.
while I'm playing this, or while I'm reacting to this.
Crater of a butt into the trap.
Goodbye, Slimer. You're not gonna be the showcase of this show.
Yeah. Perfect. See? That's a big wow. That'll teach that pitiful goop sack to slime. Pity Venkman. And by extension, you.
I think he really
Perhaps
cared
the
about
place is
himself.
Disturbed. Still pretty much ready. Full go for the Rodriguez blowout.
Yeah.
The Alhambra Ballroom. The bar mitzvah. What have you done? The guests are arriving in 15 minutes.
What seems to be your problem? Thanks to me and my new exclusively assigned recruit here, the festivities can now proceed in an entirely ghost-free environment. So, you're welcome, huh? And, to the Rodriguez, l'chaim.
L'chaim.
The Ghostbusters.
You gotta love Peter's dialogue, though. He has the best dialogue in this game.
Oh, my lovely hotel.
If anything, I might not like his, I might not like the way he does the job, but man, does...
Nice of you guys to join us. You grabbed the little spud?
Ray, we need to have a heart-to-blob talk with this one. We are ready.
Heart to blob talk.
Uh-oh. Heads up, your initiation is over. Now give us a hand. We've got a couple of really persistent troublesome spirits here.
Yeah, but if anything, Peter's linguistics, his gift of gab, I guess, definitely makes up for what he lacks in
Here they come.
job performance.
Up high.
Jeez!
To the right.
Jeez! Turn around.
But I don't know, for this game, it seems like the person that I honestly get to probably work with the least seems to be either Egon or Winston.
Stay on it! Yow! Now bring it nice streaming. Getting the hang of it. Good trap work.
Yeah, I would have loved to have worked with Winston. That, like, I love his character, and he had so many like great one-liners in all the films.
Throw a
Young blood. But now, purchases. Purchases I might have to do regardless because I need them throughout the game to just be like to better my equipment. Those I might have to do regardless. But the PKE things and the hidden artifact stuff,
That wasn't such a chore, now was it?
like that isn't a huge part of the game to where it'll affect whether or
Who's going
not.
to pay for all of this?
No need to worry, sir. As you know, the mayor rode to office on a strictly pro-Ghostbusters platform. And we now invoice the city directly for all captures and eliminations. And unhaunted New York is a tourist-friendly New York.
No. The damage.
The mayor and the city have taken out an extensive insurance policy as well, so you're covered.
Honestly, I'm sensing some hostility here. Perhaps we should just leave the ghosts here if that's what you would prefer, sir.
No. No. But please.
Give it to him.
Discreet.
Discretion is our professional law. Heads up. Whoa, where did he come from?
I suppose we should go after him, unless you want to discuss it first.
Cadet, go with Dr. Spangler. Check out the angry fisherman.
Yeah, because we get to work with Spangs, but like we don't get to work with him for very long. It's a bummer.
This way. Looks like he's drifting upstairs. Shh.
I love using the traditional music too. In the cartoons, though,
Cross there. Move. Take the lead. Take this trap.
in the cartoons they would reuse a lot of music as well. But I kind of also figured in the game that they would probably, I hoped they would use the music from the movie,
See what you find.
and they did, and I was so pleased about that, and I was so excited that they used the music from the movie, because realistically they could have used no music and people would have still enjoyed this game regardless. But I hope that you guys are enjoying this episode. I hope the more that we can go, I can give more dialogue to this. It's a lot of tutorial stuff and a lot of just stuff where I can't talk much. So it's kind of like restraining like what I can actually say. And like,
Hey, is there a bathtub overflowing up there?
oh yeah.
Specifically, a 7,000 cubic meter bathtub filled with protonically charged seawater. And, sea cucumbers?
Yeah, this is the part here where I got lost.
Ray, did you tell the recruit about semi-dimensional rift entities? This type of highly agitated environment is a likely manifestation point.
Better watch out for those chandeliers. Or chandeliers. The candle holders. I don't know why I said chandeliers, that's on the ceiling. Another transition. I think this is... Okay. This is episode 5, and this will be the last part of this very first episode. If anything, don't be if you guys are excited about this and want more of it, There's definitely going to be at least 2 parts of this, and depending on like, because this honestly is a doing Xbox games is honestly an arduous process, but for this, I love this game so much that I knew that this was going to be an arduous process to do, and it was like a labor of love kind of thing. So if you guys want to see more, I am definitely going to do more. Or if nobody has ifs, ands, or buts about it, I'll probably just keep doing it anyways, simply because how much I love it and how much I enjoy it, and hope people enjoy it too. Like realistically, like I loved this game so much, and hopefully that there's an audience that one, it's Halloween, so with Ghostbusters, Halloween is fits the bill. Of course, going back to the real Ghostbusters when they had the Halloween door. Definitely, I would love to do like commentary on the episode, the Halloween door, and just talk about it because I've seen it so many hundreds of times. Especially when they had the sponsorship for the Halloween door would be um, diapers, loves, uh, uh, nothing's better on leaks than loves, would be the little slogan that they had for there. And then because they had a little special um, commercial for this Halloween special for the Halloween door. So I am for sure going to say that this is the last episode, and probably wrap this episode. And like I said, there's definitely a part 2 coming. So um, whether people are interested in this or not, I'm gonna do a part 2 regardless. But yeah, one thing I would have liked, if you could have honestly actually like personalized your own character, because realistically all you have needed to have personalized really is just the face. Like I know it's just like, well, yeah, but like so many they would have had to add in so many things, and cutscenes would have been an issue, and but yeah, I would have loved if they would have really had you been able to customize your character to make it look more like you. Um, like I said, I'm sure there was probably there would have been a lot of restraint on how the character could look like. But it's just the fact too that if like a girl wanted to play this game, like she would have to play as a male Ghostbuster, and there has been female Ghostbusters. Not only in comic books, then of course if you count Janine, of course if you count, well you have to count because it's a legitimate thing, Kylie Griffin from Extreme Ghostbusters, which was a very emo Ghostbuster, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I didn't really care for her possibly like getting together with Eduardo. But realistically, like I knew like from like the pilot that that's where they were going with that. It just kind of felt very like, I don't know. It just kind of felt very just like an easy like, oh well, the of course Eduardo is the Peter character, so of course he's gonna get the girl in the end. But if anything, I think Eduardo, really honestly, I think there's a reason why his uniform was actually lime green. Because realistically, Eduardo reminded me very much of a mixture of Peter Venkman and Shaggy. So I think that's what like the whole purpose of that character was. Ah, yeah, my rustiness. But if anything, that
Good work. Are you all right?
that ghost would
Nice
kind of pop
going.
out of nowhere.
You might really be the right person for this job.
Yes, you have destroyed a significant section of a 5-star New York hotel in just under 3 hours. Your mother and I are so proud. Aren't we, Egon?
He's got something. Let's track it down.
I actually love the fact that they give you a cash count of how much destruction you did in this game. Because it actually like
Take a scan, would you?
it affects the game somehow. There is an achievement to get.
This is something new for us, isn't it? First one I've ever seen. It's some type of highly focused anthropomorphic animator. An entity which attracts familiar objects to itself so it can materially manifest its rage.
It's generating a field of attraction so strong that it's able to reassemble its component parts.
It's losing strength. Keep tearing it down.
Yeah, but
His strength is failing.
I honestly didn't remember this caricature being in this part. Like, I remember, I didn't remember this aspect of it. From what I remember, there's a library monster like that, but
I thought it didn't like knives and forks flying at me, but when knives and forks become a big angry giant, that's really me not liking it. A lot.
Happens every day, right?
all right. Let's see how much time we have. 47. Ugh. I really wanted to show one more video, but this has been on way long. So, if anything, in part 2, we are going to come back, and we are going to come back really strong. You guys are going to see a really big part of part 2. So definitely, if you guys really want to see part 2, this should be like a cliffhanger to just be like, man, like you guys, definitely part 2 is gonna start out with a bang. So I am going to go and say goodbye, and I think I'm gonna try to do one more video and then call this a day. So goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.